Can you guess what the most important, useful, and often underused tool is for pianists? We had to work on the timing for that.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in beautiful downtown San Antonio, Texas.
I'm Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, check out our other videos, sign up for notifications, like our videos, leave us comments. We appreciate your support. We love to interact with you. Click, 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 click.
Metronome.
It can be, you know, it's like the thorn. We were talking about this, and I was like,
I don't want to make a video on this.
I posed the question to you. Is it to like a swimmer? You know, like that's what we talked about. Is it like the life vest that you start with as a baby that you grow out of? Or is it like the Speedo that makes you better but you hate using it?
I don't know, like the hair thing?
Yeah, well, yeah, like a swim cap. Like, is it the tool that's essential throughout your journey?
It's supposed to be.
Or is it the setting you up for success? Or is it both?
Well, a metronome is supposed to be part of piano instructions and normal practicing. Mm-hmm. The problem is, as we discussed in other videos, is there's problems learning the piano. There's brain-hand communication, there's messaging communication, and then there's coordination that, I mean, a little kid or anyone can't do because they've never really sat down and typed or played piano.
And if you get off for 1 second, how easy is it to get back into the swing and get out of your own brain afterwards?
Well, ask any band that had a keyboard player or a piano player. That's usually the weakest link in the rhythm cycle. Okay, it generally is the weakest link because piano players are usually the last instrument as an instrumentalist to join a group, because it takes a long time to get fairly decent and a long time to learn what you got to learn. And when you do get there, you're like, I think I'm ready to join a band. The first thing you find out is, hey, you can't play in time with these guys.
Well, yeah, you got to be in sync with the drummer and the bassist and of course the guitar. This is supposed to be a video that, you know, is controversial because I think a lot of people have mixed feelings on the importance of it. And so please leave your comments. I'm going to say that right up front. Please leave your comments. We'd love to open up a discussion on, is a metronome worth it? Is it that tool that you take throughout your whole entire journey playing piano, or is it going to set you up for, you know, for the click track of your brain that knows timing?
Well, see, a lot of things too is like, even if you're learning a basic little kid song, like the first thing on piano, a teacher never teaches it to you with a drum beat. Mm-hmm. Okay, they start saying, okay, let's talk about the timing and counting. So this is 1 and 2 and 3, and you're a kid thinking, what the hell is he talking about? I mean, you know, there's no rhythm in that. That's more boring than learning math.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like, and 2, and you get it? So it's 1 and 2 and 3. It's like, what the hell is that? Okay, and so like when it comes to metronomes, and they put, all digital pianos now come with a metronome. But what's even better than that, most of them put a drum beat in there, because metronomes go like beep, boop, 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 beep, boop. That's like clapping on one.
Yeah,
that's the dorkiest thing in the world. You don't teach music by clapping on one. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a beat. Okay, so like boom, 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 and then you can play your song.
So there has been advancements in the offerings as far as playing to rhythm.
Absolutely.
And it's always more fun to have a group, right, and play with a drummer and a bass player, and digital pianos have offered that. So it has been a pretty good solution to, hey, I'm going to play this piece to a backing track now because it's available on my digital piano or on a hybrid instrument like the one behind us. Is it the missing piece that gets people to play in rhythm, though? Like having these drum sets?
Metronome? Nah. The only way people learn how to play together and to play in perfect time is what? By coming together and working on it. Mm-hmm. A drum circle, a room of complete strangers, can get in a groove immediately. Even if they're just, you know, playing different kind of percussion instruments. Other musicians, when you're there, because everyone has to spend time alone learning their parts at home, and when you come in together, you're supposed to already have your parts down and be able to fluctuate in how you play it. I can play it fast, I can play it slow, I can play it to match these other guys.
I remember when I was bored practicing, I used to have a fun time messing with the slider on the metal thing and messing with the rhythm. But you think about recording music, playing to a click track. I think it really sets the groundwork if you learn it earlier, and it's it's painful, but it really kind of teaches you, hey, there is something that is going to this, and it's if you're a runner, a lot of times it's cool when you feel your heartbeat beating to the sync of the song, and you start to realize, hey, there's a lot of songs that play in 120. There's a lot of songs that play in 80. There's a lot of songs that have these, it feels natural. The sound of it feels natural. The rhythm of it feels natural. And I think it's important, to your point, the click versus the beat or the rhythm of the instrument, or the pulse, I think is what we were talking about. And the pulse is really that underlying doom.
Well, yeah, and when you listen to certain kind of bands and groups, you listen to them play. Most people's first experience with playing together is in a school band, unless, of course, now people put in groups together, garage bands and stuff. But a lot of times they grow up playing together. They learn everything about a metronome and music together. And the one thing I think that I mentioned a couple times really important is during that Get Back video is Ringo was always there, and he was always keeping a beat. It's rare when you saw them working on anything without a drum beat. Most bands that I know, when they're working on stuff, the drummer's always there just keeping a beat.
It's the spine.
Piano players don't always have that, okay? And so like their timing is off because they gotta learn how to do this. Dun, 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 dun. And that's like, every measure, they gotta.
Is there a genre of music that requires it more than not?
Well, I tell you what, when I'm learning a ragtime piece, the first thing I do is put in that cut time, and you get that off of a drum machine.
Yeah.
So you're right there with it. And it does take a while to learn a song before you can sit down and get your timing right.
What about classical music?
Classical music is kind of the same way, but there isn't a lot of drum beat in classical music.
Well, so I feel like a lot of articulation of the piece is done through the performance.
Sectionals. I mean, there's a bum, 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 bum. You'll hear the bass. There'll be a section that'll be carrying the rhythm or the drum beat.
But a little bit more fluid.
More fluid, more connected.
And then we'll talk about options that people do have. There's digital pianos that have metronomes on it, littered all over it. There's drum beats. There's phone applications that really, free metronome apps or rhythm apps. So there's lots of ways to get it. You are wearing a cool little...
I have a metronome watch that was gifted to me.
It's a Seiko metronome watch.
It's a Seiko metronome watch.
And so you can choose the timing.
Right. And it has a beep in it too. And it's about as danceable as any other metronome. Okay.
It's kind of a gag gift given to you, right?
Well, it was, because I'm a piano player. But then I guess what I saw that I've seen advertised. There's a watch now. I think it's called Pulse or something. It puts the beat into your hand so you can hear.
So you really feel it.
You really feel it. So I guess
that
when
would
you're
throw
playing,
me off.
I think that's throw me off a lot.
Yeah. So that's a metronome watch. Pretty cool. It has an A442 on it, right?
Yeah, it does. It has a test tone on it somewhere. And that part I haven't figured out yet.
Yeah,
There's two buttons.
But there's lots of places to find help and to get the rhythm going. Of course, you can play to your phone, a song playing on your phone. You can get it going and hear the backing track. But I think it is important to set yourself up for success and learn the rhythm. Make it as painless as possible. Metronomes, I would say, are important, but if you can find another way to find a solid rhythm and it works for you better, go after it. Please leave your comments. Again, this is metronomes. Is it the most important tool? Is it, underused, overused? Please leave comments because we'd love to hear your opinion on it. And Ted and I have our opinions. I think they're boring and not fun to use, but I think they're essential.
They look cool.
They do look cool. Thank you guys for watching. Again, Ted Barchley and Patrick Marr with Alamo Music here in San Antonio and in Austin. If you are in Missouri, Kansas area, we have a St. Louis store, a Kansas City store called Kauai Piano Galleries. We also have Michigan pianos up in Traverse City and in Detroit, outside of Detroit in Bloomfield. Make sure you check us out. Come in, say hi. We love to talk pianos. We love to show the coolest, latest, greatest thing on pianos to everybody who comes in the door. Thank you guys for watching.